I'm running down a desolate street in the middle of the night. No one is awake. No one is around to help. Not that they could stop the thing chasing me. It's not a person, you see. And I know this because when I kung fu kicked his helmet off moments earlier, I discovered he had no head. Nor did he have a neck. There was no blood dripping down his golden suit of armor. There was just nothing there. And I asked myself as I'm running, passing through the intervals of darkness and the yellow haze of street lamps, does this animated thing with no head have a soul? I'm not sure, but this mysterious knight could speak. Earlier, he was throwing smack talk at me, thinking he was a real badass, scaring me in the middle of the night as I roamed the streets alone. The pleasure he took in trying to frighten me had made me angry at the time. But I'm not an idiot, for when an animated possessed suit of armor chases you, unless you know how to stop the damn thing, you run until you do. And so the suit of armor has chased me, and fortunately I know where I need to go. I am aware that the only way to defeat him is to use a certain plastic sword that possesses magical qualities. I turn down the street to my right and see the house where I know the sword is kept, and I run up the steps and start pounding on the door, screaming, "Let me in, let me in." And no one answers. And even though no one is home, and I don't have a key, I somehow end up on the other side of the door anyway. Had I osmosed through the door? Or maybe I'm a ghost? A witch? Who knows, but I'm inside the house. So I make sure the door is locked just as something collides with it. And my viewpoint shifts to a long shot of the front porch. And I'm not physically outside, but I can see the porch like I'm looking at a monitor of a security camera. The suit is in a maddened frenzy, bashing into the door repeatedly, all crazy like those zombies in World War Z, constantly throwing his body into the door. In mid-pounding, one of his legs falls off, which just infuriates him more. And after reattaching it, he shakes his head in frustration, and he starts breathing heavily, because apparently suits of armor with no mouths can breathe, and so he's huffing and puffing and blowing air through his helmet, and he starts pounding on the door even harder. And my vision shifts back to the inside of the house, and the wooden door splintering off from the center, and through the cracks I see blue light growing brighter and brighter, until the suit of armor bursts through the door, and pieces of wood go flying everywhere. And now, as I've said before, time in dreams is not like that in reality, and while I watched the door explode open, I also had been in a back room preparing to face off with the suit of armor. And as he enters the living room, I emerge from the back room, stepping fearlessly through a set of red curtains, moving majestically with a snarky smile as I hold the magical plastic sword, brandishing it with confidence as if I've already triumphed. And I see my face as I move toward my foe and discover I have somehow managed to lose an eye. And this shocks me at first, but it's healed over, and since there's nothing I can do about it, I just shrug it off because I have some serious ass kicking to do. And the golden suit of armor stands in front of me and announces, "You're going to die." And I walk toward him slowly with a bit of swagger, smirking as I unsheath my plastic sword and say with a smile and a quick nod and a flip of my hair, "We all gotta die someday." And I said it just like that. And this declaration of truth scares him, not just because of what I said, but because I understood what it meant, which makes me cocky and not afraid of him. And then I woke up. So, sorry, but if you must know, I assume I kicked his ass because I woke up feeling like a winner. So, that's it.